Connor, do you see this week as kind of a chance to maybe get the pass game on check? I mean, Citadel's good, but they are a 1AA team.
I mean, hopefully. We've been looking to do that for 4 weeks straight now. Maybe this will be the weekend, but we'll see.
How much has growing up in a football family affected who you are, you think?
I think greatly. I mean, I grew up around it, being dad head coach. I was a ball boy. I remember me and my brother was ball boys for the high school team, and we've always been around it.
Connor, Spurrier was mentioning earlier this week that you didn't necessarily do a lot of drop back passing in high school. How much, or I guess a little of that, did you do? Did you guys run an offense similar to what Georgia Tech runs now?
No, we ran offense similar to West Virginia. I was never under center in high school. I was always in the gun. I did some drop back passes in the gun, but never under center. And it's just one of the things that I've had to work on here and make a good transition into.
What's the biggest adjustment in that? I mean, obviously, from an outsider's perspective, you're doing one, you're used to doing one, not used to doing the other. But more specifically, what's the biggest adjustment?
Drops. I've been here for 2 years. I feel like my drops are fine. Seeing over linemen, seeing the field, scanning the field, and sometimes it's harder to do under center, but I'm working on it.
Who's a better quarterback, you or J-Bo?
I'm going to J-Bo now.
J-Bo says you.
I guess it'll always stay like that then.
Connor, how are you physically, the head and the back?
Say that again?
You had the concussion 2 weeks ago. You had your back kind of banged up last week. How are you physically right now?
I feel good. Ready to get out there and play. I feel healthy.
Is your brother giving you tips about facing the Citadel's defense?
Being in offense they are, he doesn't see much that we're going to see. But if I, have any advice about him, I can call him. He's talked about, some of the key players there. So yeah, he's helped me out a little bit.
How do you and your brother handle whatever sibling rivalry there might have been? I mean, in theory, you guys were competing for playing time, maybe at positions, or?
Well, not necessarily. We've never looked at it as a sibling rivalry. We've been best friends since we were little. We always root for each other and help out, whatever we can for each other.
How much does football just dominate the dinner table talk at the Shaw house?
Surprisingly, when we talk, it's rarely ever about football. If we have any questions, we always bring it up. But when I talk to him over the phone, it's rarely ever about football. It's when's the next time we're hanging out or what went on through the day.
Do you want to be a coach? Is that
Absolutely. Yeah.
Connor, last week it looked like you really held the ball in Brandon's belly for a lot longer than it looked like you had in the past. Is that something that you've been working on specifically? And do you think that had a lot to do with y'all's success rushing the ball against the Gators?
I think so. It's one of the main things we did in high school. I feel like I'm pretty good at zone read. You really have to pick your poison as a defensive end. And he crashes, I pull, he goes out, I give. So.
Anything else for Connor?
Thanks, Connor.